So today's topic is broken discipline. Discipline is commitment. Yeah? Commitment is about accountability. Accountability is about the truth, and humans cannot handle the truth. In our today world, the conversation is we leave an inheritance for our children. But in that world, you left an inheritance in your children. Why do people want honor? It's human behavior. And economics is human behavior and how it affects demand and supply. If human behavior can affect demand and supply, therefore human behavior is important for us to know because we are humans. Sindio? They say the epitome of human desire is to be important. People would stop everything they are doing even though they were successful. They stop everything they are doing so that they may be able to be honored as important. And the only way they were to be honored as important was for them to find an apprentice and disciple them. And discipleship at that particular point was to transfer their discipline into this particular individual. So, let's say it's a master in war. They've gone out there, they are commander, they've won wars, but that was not honorable. In the eyes of the king, show me who you've made a commander from your skill and mastery of being a commander. And therefore, there was a challenge. So these guys had to humble themselves sufficiently to be able to go and speak to these young people and tell them, young person, can I mentor you? And the young people used to say something that today would be very unusual. They used to say, why would I let you empower me? Why would I let you disciple me? Because you're not the only one to ask me to be your apprentice. Why you? And this was the thing. The next statement of the conversation was, unless you take me to your secret chambers and strip your armor, for me to see your scars, you cannot mentor me. Why is that so? Because human behavior is the same, it's predictable, and it says, you show me your truths, you intimidate me. You show me your scars, you inspire me. You show me how your scars became your victory. Then you have transformed my life. Make sense? So if that is the case, therefore, we find ourselves at a place where we have masters who have mastered their craft and therefore they have something to show. But yet, in that context of honor, they have not yet received honor until they disciple. They teach their discipline to the next person. The masters, or masters for that matter, in our generation will not strip their armor for a generation to see their scars. Everyone is telling you how big they are rolling, but not how they got there. That's broken. And unless we see it that way, then we have a problem because we have a generation that we can leave nothing inside, because we have to appreciate that the generation we are living today, they listen with their eyes, not with their ears. Unless they see, you can't lead them. It's the concept of saying, manage yourself first before you can manage me. Make sense? Broken 2 is now the recipient of this message is lost. Why are they lost? They are lost because no one has been holding them accountable. If we were holding them accountable from the word go, then it would have been different. But right now we are telling them you're grown-ups, now you need to commit to something. And they can't commit to anything because it's a foreign culture. Why is it a foreign culture? It's a foreign culture because we have missed it. Why have we missed it? Because of the curse of the 21st century. Before I tell you the curse of the 21st century, it's important I tell you the curse of the 20th century. The curse of the 20th century was ignorance. Yeah. But that is dead. Now we are in the curse of the 21st century. It's absence. Yeah. You're there, but you're not there. Yeah. You're holding the baby, but you're not there. You understand? Absence. And absence, I'm telling you, is the biggest product currently in the market. Products are split into two. Content is built from two angles. The first pillar of content is called escapism. Escapism is huge. It's carrying billions and billions of the content industry. Escapism. What is escapism? Escapism is two things. Number one, there is half population that is saying, I can't deal. You understand? When they say, I can't deal with life, I can't deal with this, I can't deal with that, then what's the cure? Escapism. And escapism is, I will help you not deal. And products are built big time, and these are always the biggest products. Escapism products never fail. Never. Not can't, not normally, never. There is no escapism product that fails. Product number one of escapism for 200 years plus was porn. You can't deal, you can't relate with people, no worries. Here is porn. Porn was huge. The economy around porn was the biggest in escapism. Why? Because escapism never fails. Second escapism. Porn was disrupted by drugs. Drugs came up and they disrupted porn. And all of a sudden, porn was lagging behind in profit and loss. Yeah? And now it was a point where drugs were taking over. And drugs were being invented everywhere. Drugs were disrupted by gaming. And gaming, ladies and gentlemen, has been disrupted by gambling. Yeah. Gambling we know because we can relate. And it's important for me to let you know that gambling has been disrupted, yeah, by virtual reality. Virtual reality now has taken over gaming because now everything has an element of I will take you there even though you're not there. Yeah. And now you don't play games like this, now you play games like this. You are there. Yeah? Virtual reality is currently being disrupted by augmented reality. Augmented reality now is, you see all those things we've said, from porn to drugs to all those things. Now it's going back to the beginning and now being able to bring feelings and emotions to them, superimposed. You show on a video pictures, things are put like this on someone's brain so that now you're not just there, you're there, your emotions and everything are took to be there. But there is a counter to escapism, and that's literacy. Literacy is taking half of the money that escapism has not taken. And literacy is not I can't deal, is how can I deal. Currently on Google, the biggest search is how, because it's taking over. If escapism was king, literacy is just about to become king. So when we speak about literacy, we speak from a place of that reference. So the reason why they won't submit is because now you know escapism has taken over. And unless we switch it to literacy, then we miss it. So they cannot commit to anything because they were not built up to commit to anything anyway. Yeah, take these dishes there. No. Why are you telling the kids like that? Let her take these things there on their behalf. And therefore, there was born the age of decadence. There is an evolution in terms of empires. There is a rise and a fall of an empire. And it happens in 200 years. It starts from the age of conquest. Age of conquest is where people now start thinking, people come out with ideas. Then the age of conquest is followed by the age of affluence. The age of conquest was the age of the men who built America. People discovered things and discovered things. How did they get to that level of mastery? Unless we go back and realize what happened, we will miss it yet again. Because we are a people, we are a generation, and time will catch up with us. After the age of conquest, we go to the age of affluence. Affluence is where now people have kakitu. Yeah. People have money, and therefore having something makes them seem wise, even though money doesn't make us wise. It doesn't. So we get ourselves at a place where we grow from that age of affluence to the age of intellect. And intellect is the age of Marcus Aurelius. Yeah. Intellect is the age of many people that we know. The people who build infrastructures. We hear of family offices, and this leader of a family built such wealth. But the unfortunate thing is, they disciple no one, even their children. That's broken. They disciple no one, even their children. So people are dying rich, and their kids go to court like clockwork.
Next time on Clean Money Weekend.
National tree. A national tree is about governance. And governance, what do you govern? You govern resources. Yeah. So an economy takes precedence before its governance. Because unless there is an economy, there is no reason to govern. What are you governing? And when leaders are not able to take care or grow the economy, we fire them. Still. Yeah. So who comes first? Is it the governor of the economy, or is it the economy? If that is so, then what is the problem? How come there are resources to be managed, yet there are no fruits? Every year there is a drought, but every year we are shocked that there is a drought.
This is Clean Money TV.